Hey, what's up? My name's J.M. Chaley and welcome to my channel. This month I'm doing 31 tips in 31 days. Through the month of July 2024, 31 author tips in 31 days. And this is tip number 22. And I want to talk about book shows. Specifically, what to bring at a book show. So if you're selling your books at a book show, what do you bring with you? Besides books, a table, a chair, what do you bring? So I want to go over my setup. I've done a few book shows now. I have a few under my belt. I started doing them this year in 2024. So let's take a look at my setup. This was a setup that I did very recently at Pride Fest in Massachusetts, and I was basically set up on kind of a town common, you know, like an outdoor grassy field type of stuff, the gazebo in the middle, you know, the typical town center type scenario. We all had kind of like tables in a row with a little sidewalk that went around the sort of the park, if you will, food trucks off to the side. It was a pretty cool event, but let's take a look at what I did. All right, so here is my table. Where to start? Okay, so I have this little stand-up easel with a big poster of The Unlife of Lisa Cooper. It's pretty simple little easel. I have an email sign-up sheet over here where it talks about my free short story that you get if you sign up for my short story. If you sign up for my email list. I have some pens and a little notebook. Here's my Square. Here's my point of sale system. You can stick your card in there, or you do the little tap thing on the top. Very easy to set up, made by Square. And here's my first book here. I put these little stand-ups with reviews, little snippets of reviews, and that's basically photo paper, and behind it is poster board to keep that stiff. And then I have a little email code here, the QR code to let you buy the ebook, and then of course the stack of books and bookmarks. Here's the Wicked Wound of Whitney Hill. Oh, I do have a little thing for business cards right here too. But yes, the Wicked Wound of Whitney Hill, again, with its own little standee. Candy, right? You want to attract people. Some stickers. The Vampires of 1863. Brand new thing on here. There's a fly. Sorry about that. Bookmarks for that book. And again, the little standee with the QR code if you want to buy the ebook. So if you want to come to the event... Oh, wait. Yes, let's talk about the wagon. The wagon is where I carry all this stuff in tubs. You can see there. So let's talk a little bit about the ebook thing. I do have these little stand-up. They're just basically picture frames with an 8x10 little photo you saw and the QR code. One QR code takes you to my webpage, jmchaley.com, and the other QR code takes you to Amazon to buy the ebook. So let's say you're at your event and you have the physical copy of your book. And they're kind of, you can say, look, I also have it on ebook, it's cheaper, whatever. You can have that option. I've actually sold a lot of ebooks at book shows because people sometimes prefer the e-reader. They're like, oh, do you have this as an ebook? Yes, I do. Right here. Bang. You want to make your book as accessible as possible during a book show. So I recommend having those little standees for the QR codes. And the latest edition were those little, the backers behind the stack of books with the little snippets of reviews. Those were kind of cool. I had those printed out. That's photo paper, you know, so it looks nice and glossy. And then behind it, I just glued it to poster board. So it had some stiffness to it and could stand up and, you know, be behind the book. So if someone wanted to read like a couple of like just nice comments about the book from reviews that I've received of each of my books, then they can check those out too. So that's kind of my setup. I didn't mention my tablecloth. We did see the tablecloth on there. I had that professionally made, so it said, you know, J.M. Chaley on the front. Definitely have a tablecloth made. The other thing you're going to want to do, besides bringing the table, of course, I have two tables actually. I have a 6-foot table and a 4-foot table. Depending on the event, they may give you certain square footage of space. So sometimes it's a 4-foot length, sometimes it's a 6-foot length. So I have a table for each. You want to bring chairs. You don't want to forget chairs. You want to bring cash. I do have the little square thing. You saw that set up. Very, very handy. But I also bring cash. I was surprised at the amount of people that still bought stuff with cash. I mean, I guess I'm just used to everything being plastic or PayPal or whatever, but cash is still something that people are using, out of these shows. So I have a little cash box that I brought. Another thing that people are asking about, and I haven't seen, I've seen some people do it, is that the ability to pay with PayPal or something like Venmo or some cash app. I don't personally do that, but I had enough people ask me about it where I'm wondering if I should look at it, where you could just use PayPal or something like that. So that's something that's an option too. So you want to make your books as accessible as possible. What you don't want is to have someone who's interested in your book and they can't buy it because you don't have a way to take their preferred currency. Can you take PayPal? No. Okay, bye. Can you take cash? No. Okay, bye. So you want to open yourself up to as many forms of tender, right? As many forms of currency as you possibly can. So yeah, that's my table. That's what I typically see for most tables. An email sign-up sheet, and I put the email, what they call the reader magnet, right on there. You get a free short story when you sign up for my newsletter. It's Lisa Cooper in the year 1925. She's in a vampire speakeasy when it gets raided by the feds, right? Exciting little story. You get that for free. Sign up for my newsletter. Lots of free stuff to give away, not just candy, but like bookmarks, stickers, my business card if you want to, contact me or anything like that. And yeah, that's pretty much my setup. So if you're looking to do a book show, that's what I'd recommend. Those are my tips. That's what I think you should bring. A little wagon to carry it all in, table, chairs, and all that stuff that goes on top. All right, so that's tip number 22. That about wraps it up. If you like this video, please smush that like button, and as always, please subscribe. I'm posting every single day in the month of July 2024. So, I'll see you tomorrow.